Yeah.
So we went there, but then I want to see the Space Museum and space research center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took us all down to Mexico, saw the brain. Go there to Vegas. They were on the supposed to go there in August. Yeah. So
Okay, call the meeting to order. Would you stand for the pledge to the flag? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Coleman.
Here.
Councilwoman Allen. Here. Councilman Paddock.
Here.
Councilwoman Suisa. Here. Supervisor Bateman.
Here. First agenda item is a public hearing for a request by Accord Speedway to waive Rochester Town Code 107-6B6 and 107-6B8. Notice is pursuant to Town of Rochester Town Code 107-7. The Town Board of the Town of Rochester will hold a public hearing on April 20th, 2022 at the Harold Lifton Community Center, 15 Tobacco Road, Accord, New York, commencing, oh, that was, did I put the wrong one? I must have put the wrong one. Commencing at 6:30 p.m. The public would be heard on the matter of request by Accord Speedway to waive Town of Rochester Town Code 107-6B6, 107-6B8, requesting allowance of racing operations on Friday through Sunday, August 26, 27, 28 of 2022. The town board will also consider waiver of the code to allow racing on Sunday, August 28, 2022 afternoon. Are you here to comment on this? Okay. We will turn the floor over to you.
And I beg your pardon, just for some clarification, one of those days is for the monster truck.
All three are actually for the monster truck.
So there was a 3-day weekend for monster truck, but then there was one separate day.
No, all 3 days. It's a 3-day weekend. It's two different waivers. The one waiver is to allow 3 days consecutive of event, which is under the code, they're not allowed. The second waiver is to allow the Sunday, which is, so they're one in the same, but they're two different waivers that they're requesting.
My name is Kevin Meehan, I live at 31 Upper Whitfield Road. It's basically right across from the raceway at the bottom of the road. I moved here in 2019, and first Friday night was actually going to have a race, and didn't realize that there was a race out there. To which I panicked, and my wife said, "This is why we moved here, to be a part of the community." And I let go of it, and I agree with it. I do. And the last thing I want to do is change this place so it's more like the place that I left to come to. So, I'm lived with it 3 years, and perfectly okay with the race. The monster truck race that they did last year was and I say that because the day that they had it, I was coming out of Cooper Street. And I'm coming out of Cooper Street, taking a right to get to Upper Whitfield Road, less than a tenth of a mile. So it took me 20 minutes to get from Cooper Street just to the crest of the hill to be able to see Upper Whitfield Road. And at that point, I pulled into the oncoming lane and drove ahead, take a left on Upper Whitfield. They could not handle that traffic. They didn't handle that traffic. That was a regional place that pulled from all over the place. It was far beyond the scope of what they do. It was advertised by a bigger corporation, if you will, that travels around and does this kind of thing. They could not handle those numbers, and let alone the noise, which was significant in that neighborhood for months. I can't think of a louder event they could put into a residential neighborhood, but I don't think I was the only one who pulled into the oncoming lane to get around that traffic. And that wasn't even in the evening. I don't know how long that traffic stayed there, how bad it was. I just went the other way. So these kinds of events, when they are pulling, from a the wider region, which I'm assuming this 3-day event is going to be, I think it's a issue. It affects the neighborhood significantly. I just think it's beyond the scope of what they're doing. And I don't know a good way of saying that listing monster trucks for 3 days in a row is palatable in any sense to a neighborhood. And I realize that they're a commercial business and you have to find a balance somewhere. I'm not sure where that balance is, but that's a brutal weekend to have to live in the area for, let alone the traffic and the safety issue that's.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. We did receive one. Good evening to the caller on 4311. Are you here to speak at the public hearing? If you are, can you unmute yourself by hitting *6? Hello. Good evening to the caller on 4311. Are you here for the hearing? If you are, can you? Are you here for the public hearing?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Do you hear me?
we do.
Okay, this is Orion Pinsky, Mike, and the board. Couple points I would like to make tonight. First, I hope it's going to be last time if board granted waiver, going to be last request for waiver, because it becomes a little bit illogical from point of view regulation town heads. Every year ask for waiver, rather than if they really need it, apply for special permit. One point. Second is how come this meeting wasn't advertised in advance? Well, I found out incidentally just looking at agenda. On the website, there is nothing about this meeting except today's hearing about Speedway. But nothing else is available on the website, explicitly saying today is Wednesday, because they usually have meetings on Thursdays. So correct me if I'm wrong, but what happened in this case?
Yes, so beginning with January, we have started holding our workshop meeting on the third Wednesday of the month, and those were advertised back when we scheduled for the whole year, and it's also on the weekly calendar that is on the website. As far as the public hearing, that was advertised especially to be a portion, the beginning of the. So what we're convened in the public hearing right now. When this is completed, we'll be convening in the workshop.
Right, Mike, but I don't see workshop advertised on the website as the latest news. There are all kind of meetings, special meetings, town board special meetings for 22, but why wouldn't advertise their workshop clearly, explicitly?
They are advertised just similar to the way the planning board meetings are, Zorian. Each meeting is not advertised, they're advertised at the beginning of the year. And it was a change that we made beginning in January, so I'm sure some.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for explanation. I hope everybody else is hearing that, so they're aware that on Wednesday a workshop meeting. Okay.
Just for your awareness, though, there is a section on the website that says weekly calendar up in the header. If you click on that, the week prior, all the meetings for the following week are posted there.
Weekly meeting calendar. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any more comments on the racetrack?
No, but again, so I hope it's the last time the owner's asking for a waiver, because it's just a little bit, it becomes a little bit, as I said, illogical.
Okay, understood.
Thank you.
I have no more people online, no more people present. We did receive one public comment in writing to the town clerk. From Wayne Linville, said, "Dear Ms. Gunberg, writing in opposition to the proposed waiver of Town Code 107-66 and 107-68 to allow the Accord Racetrack additional operating hours this summer. The noise pollution created by the Accord Speedway is significant and a nuisance. I live 6 miles away and can still clearly hear the noise created on race nights. The town should be looking at ways to reduce this nuisance further or eliminate it altogether as opposed to increasing the allowable operating hours. Thank you for this opportunity for public comment, and I do hope that the town will take into consideration the legitimate concern of neighbors both near and far who have to put up with this unwanted noise." So those are 3 comments. I'd ask the board if you want to make a motion to close the public hearing at this time or to hold it open for further comment.
Significantly less comment than we had at the last year at the same meeting. I am concerned that potentially the time change of our meetings has affected the
Well, the public hearing was noticed separately.
I know.
So
I know.
we don't have to
It's-
make a decision tonight.
I think the big question is do we think that this is the scope of the public comment, in which case we should close the public hearing, or do we think that there's a lot more out there?
Hard to say. I mean, we did originally schedule this for March and we received 1 inquiry about it, not even a comment. We canceled that because of the change. We rescheduled it for tonight. That was posted.
Okay.
Pretty amply. So I would say similar to last time, there may have been more word about last time.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I make a motion to close the public hearing. We don't have to consider it tonight. We can wait and discuss it, or we can discuss it tonight. I think we've gotten the comments.
Will this only be the second, the times they host this particular event?
Correct.
So I'm inclined to leave it open to hear more about people along the Whitfield and in that area that had similar experiences.
Yeah.
I think we definitely should consider if that was a problem and that is a safety issue. If there's something we can possibly mitigate that.
Could we leave it open for?
We can leave it open for, bear in mind, if we leave it open for comment, we're not going to be re-advertising it. So unless we spread word of that, really, it's not like we're going to,
I'd be fine with it for written.
We could leave it open for written until.
why don't we leave it
Next
open
meeting.
until the 28th at 3 p.m.
Let's do that.
And why don't we, in addition to that, request the town clerk post notice of that on the town website. Okay, so you want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. That being said, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, to adjourn the meeting.
Adjourn the
We already-
meeting,
we
yeah,
already-
yeah.
I'm sorry, wrong.
I was like,
Yeah, no, adjourn the meeting. And then we'll convene the regular meeting workshop. So I have a motion and a second to adjourn. In favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain. Okay, Mary Lou, if you want to log off, and I'm going to log in the other one.
will do.
Probably didn't need to have it that way, but
With 2 separate meetings.
yeah, because the